Well, sir, what do you think, perhaps, that the greatest danger of communism is today?
The danger of communism, well, communism is what you might call a triple or a quadruple threat. Number one, they've got power. They persuaded us, out of our decency, to quit testing while they kept on getting ahead. Second, they've got a goal. They've got a positive something to gain. We're defending. The offensive group always has an advantage over the defensive. Third, they have no scruples. They don't have to tell you in advance. They use deception as a tactic to be preferred rather than as last resort. And fourth, they've been able all these years to infiltrate other countries, infiltrate folks, get them to lose confidence in themselves, divide, confuse them. I get 2 sets of letters every single day from people saying, well, no, we can't have war, we've got to give in, better red than dead, and the other group sends the letters, better dead than red. Well, by dividing up his victims, he's able to pick them off one by one.
Well, do you think perhaps now that the communists have started their nuclear testing again, that they mean business, or is this just a gigantic bluff?
Why, of course they mean business. They've always meant business. They announced 50 years ago they intended to conquer the world. They announced it 40 years ago, 30 years ago, 20 years ago, 10 years ago, 1 year ago, last week. And they are winning the world. Now, why should they abandon it? But people don't abandon what they set out to do. I have not yet seen a good football team that trains all fall to win victories and suddenly get on the full field and decide, now we want to be such good friends, we aren't going to win, so we'll retreat to our own touchdown, our own goal line. Now, that doesn't happen.
Do you think President Kennedy will take the necessary measures to ensure world peace or to ensure that we will not be overrun?
Well, I certainly hope so, and I think his own instincts would be to do that, but he's got a bunch of advisors around. He chose them himself who advocate the opposite. Therefore, this is the serious situation. Again, I repeat, there's no uncertainty regarding the enemy. The only question of uncertainty in the world is with respect to ourselves. This is why the neutrals are going to the other side. You can't support what isn't. They don't know what our position is, for sure. They do know what the Soviet position is, for sure, much as they dislike it. You just succumb to it and make the best terms they can if it looks as if the United States is going to succumb to it a little later.
Thank you very much, Congressman Judd.